What's going on? And welcome back to what is, I think this is round 9 now at Canada, where we've got obviously full qualifying and then a fun 70 laps ahead of us, which fingers crossed will be good. You know, we could get a nice recreation of the 2011 race in real life. That would be wonderful. I've got Liam alongside me as usual.
Hi again, guys.
So yeah, last time out in Baku, it was an eventful one. We'll leave it at that. Q1 was, well, there was 9 cars. Yeah, there was 9 cars out in Q1 around Baku. So around Canada, obviously, it's still kind of a street circuit. I don't think we'll quite see many cars out in Q1 though. We've got a pretty stacked grid as well. We've got 19 cars, so bottom 4 will be going out. Overall though, Canada does normally give us, you know, a good race. Rarely I'd say you get a boring race around Canada. There's normally always something that goes on.
Does a non-boring race in esports actually exist on F1?
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, I would agree, yeah.
Other than Monaco. But even then, people have been it and make it somewhat eventful.
Kian and Sil are having discussions about whether they're going to crash in the chat. Hopefully you two don't, please. try keep out the walls. That's the aim. As Matt has got us underway. Tyre choices for Q1, I'm guessing, are all going to be softs, and they are. As Matt's first run is valid. Yeah, already picked up a warning, so gonna have to abort that one.
So is Phil, who I believe is on the lap.
There you go, Ryan. That's how you do it.
Validate. Yeah. Who's this behind him? Oh, it's the other Red Bull. That's invalid. No Red Bull behind.
So people already struggling.
Lee got it invalid. Ryan's got it invalid before the chicane. Interesting.
Cars struggling on the first run then already to keep it between the white lines, which will be interesting. Obviously in qualifying you're pushing a bit harder than you do in the race, so
and gets it invalid. Eagles invalid.
Oh, Ryan's got invalid around the last chicane.
Okay, the Ferrari's not doing anything. Jesus Christ! So most people struggling with that chicane.
Yeah, Matt's gone for a second run, and so far, so good. Obviously, quite a few chicanes where you can get invalid, and definitely the last chicane. So you got the Wall of Champions. Be careful not to run into that. On simulation damage as well, just a little scrape, and you're definitely going to be losing some wing damage there.
Ryan got his attempt invalid. Lee made it through this time.
Are we going to see the first time on the board?
Ryan's done it.
Matt's made it. Matt's made it around the final chicane. We're going to have the first time on the board. It's a 9 dead, pretty much, so not a bad first lap time.
Jack's made it through. What about the Haas behind him? Where's the Haas? Am I blind? Where's it? Oh. And is that Richard? I think it's Richard.
Phil has also done
Richard
a lap.
made it through as well.
Phil's also done a 9 dead, so 2 lap times we've got are very, very close together. Ooh, that's in the pit lane. I don't think that's anything to worry about. Looney Moo starting from the back then, more than likely, which would mean only the bottom 3 now will be heading out. I mean, we're 5 minutes into the session. There's still only two laps on the board. That's some front wing loss for Liam, so he's struggling as well. If Cameron can avoid any invalidations through the final chicane, he should be on for completing the third lap of the session. He's manoeuvred through. It's going to be slightly slower. It's going to be at 10.7.
Liam's invalid.
Yeah, he hit his
the other chicane.
He's got some front wing damage, I believe.
Ryan's is still valid going into the. That's going to the final chicane. It's valid through there. We've seen another lap time. 1:09.5.
If Jack can make it around the final corner as well, which he has, so the times are slowly starting to come in now. People just taking a little bit to warm it up. He slots into 4th.
Eagles starts the lap. Okay, I got excited for nothing there. Same with Richard starting a lap. Okay.
Who are these Williams at the back? Are they?
Harry's starting a lap. And I assume Ryan's on an in lap because he's set one. Yeah, he's invalid, so I guess he's going to pull into the pits. Yes.
Josh has set a purple first sector here. He's getting a little bit of a move on. He has got a Renault ahead of him. I think that Jack should get out of the way after just completing a lap. He's left in a bit of an awkward situation, but ooh, that's not helped Josh at all. I think I might have caught him out, and he's gone very deep into the hairpin, back onto the straight there. It will cost him a little bit. The rest of the lap's good enough.
And Leon's validated through that same chicane as he's driven into a wall. That's not pretty. Trying to get out of the way of beer, and he drove into the wall.
There you go. Josh goes third, even with quite a big mistake in there. That time should really be enough to see you through, to be honest.
Lee's made it through that chicane, and he's gone purple. He's gone deep into that third chicane, going onto the DRS straight.
Got Ryan in the chat. He says, "Evening, good evening, mate. Hopefully, you settle out this session. You are one of the few to settle out this session, so."
I just really, you can't even say the chicane because there's about 6 rounds.
Yeah, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5. As far as I'd count.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. So you got first corner and second corner technically. I'd say 4th and 5th where the invalidations were.
Yeah.
And left, right going onto the DRS straight. The right, left at the end of the DRS straight, and then the final 2 corners.
Phil's retired. He believes that's going to be more than enough to see him through. Ryan's got a cup of tea in his hand. I'll tell you what, that's taken drink driving to a whole new extreme.
Ah man, it's brew. He's got that brew.
I feel bad. Is this Cohen in the it's only people with K now. Is it Cohen in the Racing Point? I really hope I'm right on that one.
Yes, it is.
Okay, lovely.
Cohen in the Racing Point.
Got Cohen, Kean. I say that's only 2, but it feels like there's more.
We went for the KKK.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can't say that. I'll pretend. Yeah, I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Oh, Rotterdam. He must have disconnected. Wait, was he never in? Oh, he's never in. That'll be 20 then. Don't know. I didn't notice that. As Critchley has got some wing damage after setting purple first sector, so he backs out of his lap. Only 8 minutes to go, so the pressure's going to be on. Most drivers have actually set a lap at this point. Richard's struggling. He's done 3 laps on these softs. I think this will finally be his lap where he's got it together though. And it is.
It looks invalidated on my screen.
Nah, it's for me. It said he was valid, then he slots into 12th, and 11.6. Quite a bit off the pace though.
Oh yes. What? Hey, what do you mean? That was some technical issues.
What are you rambling on about?
I normally connect my laptop to the stream to see what's popping in the stream, but I'm having some technical issues on my laptop.
Nah, that's a rip.
Oh dear. Is Ryan going for another lap? It is. 5 laps on the same slot. How much fuel's he put in?
Ooh, still goes out to 5th. That's a...
Ryan's in a wall. Didn't make it round turn 1.
Oh yeah, I see. Wing damage on that front left. I mean, he's currently 9th at the moment.
Yes.
6 minutes, he should be able to get a turnaround.
Right, be 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine. Leon's looking to set his first time in session as well. Just Dylan, Critchley, Leon and Ross still yet to set a time. Well, his teammate is in 5th. We just saw Sil complete his lap as Dylan's just gone quickest. So there you go. Dylan's got his lap in and first driver into the 8th then at 8.785. Be more than enough to see him through. Ooh, Ferrari's going for a little toe tactic. As Leon will benefit off that quite nicely. Maybe could have kept the toe going for a little bit longer if they were brave enough. But doesn't get it invalid as well, which is beautiful. So the toe was worth it. He's going to cross the line. His teammate's 6th. He goes only 16th for 12.1. He's definitely got some time to find. But there are a lot of quick drivers in this division. And for Leon, I mean, 16th. He's not last. So when you look at it that way, that could be seen as an upgrade. But at the moment, 16th, got Beer just behind Critchley's on an out lap. And Ross, who is... I think he's actually on an out lap, but the game's telling me he's on a lap. Here we go, Ross to begin his lap then. 4 minutes 50 left. Pressure's on. You can maybe find maybe one lap really where you make a mistake. He goes a little bit deep into turn 1, which compromises the run for turn 2. So far, it hasn't seemed maybe 100% committed, but he's still a quick driver, so it might not look the quickest, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot quicker than the majority of people still. Obviously, Ross and Matt have been doing pretty well this season, both the Mercedes. Maybe they haven't quite been able to convert it all the time into race results, but 2 of them both very quick. And we know they can keep it clean and keep it together. We could potentially see, you know, just like real life, a Mercedes 1-2. You never know. Bit of luck goes their way as well. As Ross is on the run down to the line then, and he goes only 12th. I don't think it was the cleanest lap from him. So he's actually 13th now, as Critchley's just gone second, the second drive into the 8s. So he's under a little bit of pressure.
Cameron's going onto a lap. He's going to meet some unwanted traffic through this first sector.
Yeah, he's obviously in...
Fairly clean so far.
He's in 16th, so he has to improve. If he doesn't improve, he will be out of this qualifying session.
And a neat lap.
Can be neat, but is it fast? That's the question.
That I don't know.
We'll see what his Sector 2 split is in a minute. As Richard's actually retired, that's down at turn 2. I'm not entirely sure how he's managed that, which will mean he's out qualifying then. As he's currently only 17th.
Getting a nice toe here off the Mercedes. Going up to the final chicane.
These two seem to work together, even though they're not on the same team.
It's gone around the final chicane. It's all valid. What can you produce?
Oh, he's gonna have to go again, and he is.
10.7.
Oh, oh no, no, no.
Oh, he's in a wall. No. I'm not entirely sure how he's managed that.
He just lost it through turn 2, got into the yellow little runoff grass area, and then just couldn't stop in time, and that's going to be him out of qualifying then. So we got Cameron out because he won't be able to improve with only a minute 40 left. We got Leon at the moment who needs to improve. He needs to find quite a bit of time to get through. Kian's in 15th at the moment.
Now. Kian and Kian are 14th and 15th, just to really fuck with our minds.
Similar names, not quite the same, but very similar. Interestingly, Beer's still not out of the pit lane. I don't know if we've got the glitch where the times are slightly out of sync. But
he might be firming a 19th here, you know. Wait,
Leon
who joined late? Joined late?
It was Ross. Yeah.
Okay. And he joined late.
Yeah.
What?
He got no, he like disconnected and then came back. Right, Leon improved.
Okay.
Unfortunately, down 2 tenths, but still in the 18th. And then if you wanted to go again, which I think you were about to say, he's got it invalid, so he doesn't really have a choice. And the Alpha's still.
Like that'll be the end of Q1 by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Everyone else is on an in-lap from what I'm seeing.
It's been a quite anticlimactic end in the end. Didn't quite have the shootout. Cameron unfortunately couldn't quite improve. Same goes for Leon, and then Beer just didn't give it a go.
Didn't fancy it, truth.
No, which means Kim will just make it through by around a 10th or so. Cohen makes it through as well. Ross makes it through. Not the greatest lap from him, but he's through nonetheless. Ryan in 12th. Lee in 11th. Liam in 10th. Jack in 9th. Other Ryan in 8th. Still in 7th. That's quite a good lap from him. Josh in 6th. Harry in 5th. Have I just said Phil was... I swear I said Phil's name twice. Am I tripping? Anyway, Phil's in 4th. I feel like I might have said he was somewhere else when he wasn't. Matt's in 3rd. Critchley's in 2nd. And then Dylan's in 1st. So that is Q1. Just waiting on the rest of the drivers to retire. I'm not too sure who it actually... I think we're just waiting on all the guys who are in the pit lane to retire. And then we'll be underway for Q2. Obviously, Q2 is where all the strategy starts to come into play. Obviously, you start on the tyres that you set your best lap on in Q2 if you make it through to the top 10 and into that kind of shootout. If not, you get free choice.
Do you reckon people are going to struggle on the mediums?
I think as per usual,
flying round.
I think as per usual, the quick people will be able to make it work. So Dylan, Critchley, Matt might be able to, Ross might be able to. We can actually get a good lap in. Ryan's giving me the intel that it's a dry session all the way, so no rain unfortunately, which I wouldn't have minded a little, you know, like weather change like we saw in... Was it? I feel like it was another league I commentated in, never mind. I was about to say in China, but that was another league, so ignore me. But yeah, a nice weather change would have been nice from potentially dries to wets, but not today.
Yes, that was another league Dolby.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Because you racing that, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Alright, hopefully these three retire kind of soon, because we've been waiting here for about 2 minutes now. Ah, there we go. We finally made it through. Oh, I've already gone through the grid, but I'll go through it one more time just in case you joined a little bit late. I say go through the grid, it's only Q1, so it's not really the end of the world. Dylan topped it, then it was Critchley, then Matt, then Phil, then Harry, then Josh, then Sil, then Ryan, then Jack, and then Liam. That's your top 10. The 5 that went out were Cameron, Richard, Leon, Beer, and Looney Moo. So there you go, as we move into Q2 then. Where it starts getting a little bit more interesting. Straight away see what tyres people are gonna go for. Harry's already got the mediums. Cohen's gone for the mediums. Okay, pretty much. Oh, Jesus. Everyone has gone for the mediums by the looks of things. No one, I don't know if anyone's got the hard selectors. I don't know, maybe if you were super quick and you wanted to potentially give that a shot. I don't know how viable it is. I know, first couple cars making their way out on track. First car out, I think it's Liam. It is Liam, he's the first car out on track. He's on the mediums. The only car out on track. Oh wait, no, never mind. Interestingly, Dylan, Critchley, and Josh all come out on the soft, so they don't really fancy the different strategy. They just want to go for the quickest tyre possible, try and make it through, which, considering those guys are pretty quick, I'm kind of surprised about, but maybe they've got a different strategy in play. Alright, and here we go. Liam's making his way towards the beginning of the lap. I wonder if Ryan's got a special helmet for today as well. Is that shortly invalid? I don't know if that's going to affect his next lap. Let's see. Yes, it has. Right, Liam's got this lap and next lap invalidated, which is a bit of a shame. It's a small little train of cars here, to be honest, from Critchley. You then got a Williams behind, then a Red Bull, then a McLaren, and then two Racing Points. So it's a little bit congested. I don't think it will affect anyone too much, as Critchley's got his first run invalid. Just behind him is Ryan. Critchley's got out of the way nicely, which is good to see. Don't want to hinder anyone's laps too bad. Ryan's lap was invalid. Let's see. I think the next car behind him is going to be Ryan as well. So both Ryans were right next to each other. His is still valid. He actually gained a little bit off the toe of the Williams as well. Nearly turned in too early there. I have to kind of half back out for a second just to make sure he didn't cut the corner. He's going to cross the line. A 9.9 on the medium, so not a bad first time. Josh does a 12.1 on the soft, so there's obviously
Matt.
a small mistake
Matt
in
got
there.
invalid through the last chicane. Could have been a 109.2.
Ooh, that's a shame. Is
So
he on?
thereabouts?
Is he on the mediums as well? He is. Geez.
Mediums as well. Would have been a decent lap if it weren't for that final chicane.
I mean, after the first round, the lap's only really one legitimate time. Oh, I say that. 2 legitimate times in. Is still goes quickest. Only just 8. Jack's first lap got invalid on the softs, as there's a little bit of a pile up down at the hairpin here. I think it was just a Red Bull getting out of the way. For a minute I thought there might have been a small little incident, but that looks all clear. Kean does a 10.3, so he's around 4 tenths off the pace at the moment.
Get out of his way, get out of his way. Okay, that's Ian.
Jack goes quickest on the softs, but do expect that with the tyre that he's on, and he's only just gone quickest as well.
Okay, we'll get a nice turf Critchley here on the back straight. Just looked like a fairly decent lap. So let's go into the hairpin. Nice late apex. Bit heavy on the throttle as an exit. Ooh. Twice he nearly lost that. He's held it though. Come down to the last chicane. It's legal. Ooh, he raised the wall. Fastest.
Very
Decent lap by Harry.
Yeah, very nice lap. Even though he was struggling a little bit, he still managed to extract the pace out of the car. Lennon and Critchley, interestingly, after 3 attempts, still can't get a lap in, really. Diggles was going to try for the softs, but it looks like he's already changed his plans and he's going to try the mediums. Phil's still in the pit lane, and Ryan's still yet to get a lap in. Matt's still in the pit lane. Lee is currently right at the beginning of his lap. Well, let's see what he can do. He's currently obviously 14th. Wait, I just realised we're missing a driver.
Oh yes.
Would that tell me who on race director? I'm not too sure who that is, to be honest with you. I didn't realise until now.
Ryan has completed the second chicane. He goes into the third. Decent line. Bit sharp on his exit. Could have taken a bit more road. Fourth chicane done. Also valid.
Lee's gonna.
Last sector.
Ooh, that's valid just about from Lee. He's going to cross the line. He's currently 40.
Line to Harry.
And he goes quickest. A 9.3 on the mediums. Very good lap there.
See, Ryan might get a little bit of a toe benefit from Liam. Not too much so. There's a final chicane. Valid. It'll be a straight drag to the finish line. 109.9 goes 7th.
Yeah, it's very close from kind of 5th, 6th and 7th separated by, 300ths of a second, 400ths of a second. Jack's just ahead of them on the softs as well, so it's all close in there.
Phil's leaving this a bit late.
It's still 6 minutes. If he's confident that he can get a lap in, then no harm, I guess. As Cohen goes up to 4th. He's also on the softs though.
Matt's about to start his lap.
Oh, Ross is the one missing. Ah, there you go. That makes... I should have been able to spot that. Obviously, the two Mercedes. I was just giving them praise earlier. Here is his teammate though, Matt. Did he touch the ball there? That looked very, very close for a moment. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him with 2 racing points in a McLaren. That all looks to have sorted itself out.
Toe.
Nicely done through the chicane, actually right on the limit.
And he take the hairpin. Latish apex. He's not swerving around on exit.
Nah, a much better exit than what Harry got, but will the time be as quick as Harry's? That's the question. Harry obviously second. Matt will be looking to propel himself up the order. Ooh. Not a great exit, but not terrible. And he goes quickest. Oh, into the 8s. That's into the 8s on mediums. That's quicker than his time in Q1, is it not?
Track evolution.
Yeah, obviously the track's getting quicker, and I guess they're just getting more used to putting in some laps around here. So everyone in the pit lane, apart from Jack, who's beginning an out lap. So all the focus is solely on him at the moment. On the Renault.
No pressure.
Don't bottle it.
We're watching.
No.
Great start.
Unfortunately for him, he's not made it through turn 1.
Oh.
Ah, well.
He bottled. Called him Tottenham Hotspur.
He'll probably just stay out and then look to go round again on the same set.
Critchley's out on the mediums. He obviously took, was it 4 attempts to get a lap on the softs?
Yeah, so like Josh has just decided softs aren't worth it. Dylan's done the same actually. Gone for mediums as well as they are starting to come out the pit lane. Those 3 all together on track. Josh, Dylan and Critchley. Oh wait, no, sorry, Critchley's a little bit further ahead. There's a Williams in there as well of Harry, who's currently 3rd. He's come back out on those mediums, so he's going for a second run. Obviously, there's still quite a few drivers that you would expect to kind of throw themselves up there at the moment. You'd expect Josh, Dylan and Critchley to at least get into the top 10.
Where is Phil?
He's still in the pit lane. Unless he wants a challenge
Really
like he...
very confident.
Yeah, he might want another challenge like he did around Baku. Jack so far this lap has made it further than he did last time, so that's a good start. And he's 100th up. I mean, with that 100th, it'll put him very close to Cohen, just ahead. Realistically, though, he should be finding probably at least 4 or 5 attempts just to really give him that kind of shield on the quicker tyre as well to make sure he is through. And towards the hairpin. Foot flat to the floor at this point, also just a big long straight. DRS open as well. As he comes into the final corner, keeps it away from the wall, doesn't really use much of the curb either. Taking no risks on the run down to the line, goes further, and he does find the kind of 3-4 attempts that I've said. He's found half a second. That's a 9.3.
Critchley coming down the now. Not the best lap. Oh, prove me wrong. He's gained a lot of time in that last sector.
As Josh goes second. That means Dylan.
Phil's left the pits.
Hey. Dylan, who's also under a bit of pressure here, he's gonna go second as well, a 9-2. Oh, there's 1,000th in it between Dylan and Josh.
Like it.
Very close.
I'm going to take a ride on board with Phil, put the pressure on. He's only got one shot.
Ooh, Ryan was on the softs and he was up by quite a bit, but he didn't have the best of exit. He's lost 3-4 attempts there around the final corner. Be interesting to see whether he goes again. It doesn't look like he will, so unfortunately for him, he's only managed a 9-3. I reckon that could have definitely been a low 9, potentially in the 8s, if he just didn't have that small little mistake coming around the last corner. As Liam's actually retired, so he's hoping that lap time's enough, which I have a feeling it might not be.
Come on, Phil, what can you do? Kept it valid through the first 2 chicanes.
You got Phil, Ryan and Kian all kind of close together on track, and these are the 3 who are under a bit of pressure as well. Still in 11th, just behind them. They've all come out on the softs apart from Phil. Believes he's got the pace to make the mediums work.
I believe he's on target.
Session
high top 10.
Session's officially ended as well, so if you cross the line now, you're too late. I think everyone's made it round in time. Interestingly, Cohen stayed in the pit lane.
This could be a high 09.
Oh,
invalidated,
no.
Phil won't set a lap. Oof.
Meanwhile, Ryan just
He must
behind.
keep it.
He goes fourth, obviously on the softs.
Jeez.
Um,
Richie goes fastest.
oh.
108.8.
Can Kian make it through? No, he's got that invalid. And Sil's invalid as well. He was 2.5 attempts up as well, so that's really going to cost him. So that means Cohen, who unfortunately was 10th, drops down to 11th. Sil is in 12th. Kian's in 13th. And Phil, after getting his lap invalidated around the last corner, that'll be him in 14th place then. So that will be your Q2 done. The top 10 who will be going into the shootout are Critchley, Matt, Dylan, Josh, Ryan, Lee, Harry, Jack, the other Ryan, and then Liam. So I'm expecting this to be quite close. Critchley and Dylan were close together in the first run. On this run, Critchley's looked quick on the mediums, but obviously your main lap time in Q3 will be done on the soft. So can't read too much into this, but maybe Critchley's got just a slight advantage at the moment. But we'll still see there's a bit still to go in it. And obviously it's a long race as well. 100%.
So looking at the time, Phil would have gone 9th with a 109.5 if it was valid.
So he would have just, yeah.
Just knocked out Liam. So the bold move of retiring paid off. He has done 5 laps in those mediums.
Oh yeah, is that what he's done his best on? It is. That's gonna hurt him. Obviously Ross starting 15th as well, as I don't know if he's having connection issues, but he's not been able to get back into the lobby. Right then, here you go one more time, just in case you've just joined. Q2 ends with Critchley, Matt, Dylan as your top 3. Josh in the 4th, all making it through on the mediums. Ryan, the first driver to make it through on the softs. So he is 5th, then Lee and Harry also on the mediums, Jack on the softs, Ryan on the softs, and then Liam just about making it through on the mediums. He would have been knocked out if Phil didn't get invalid around the final corner, which means he starts 14th, Kian starts 13th, Sil starts 12th. And was it Kian in... No, it was Cohen in 11th.
Possibly. Not 100% sure.
I'm pretty confident it was Cohen in 11th. As here we are for Q3 then. What am I doing? We want fastest lap. Right, what am I? My brain's malfunctioned here. Sorry. There we go. So this is where it starts to get tasty. You got a pole prediction? We haven't given, one earlier on, so it won't be as impressive if you get it spot on. But no, you still get it. Fair play.
I think it may be Critchley, to be honest. No, he's just looked quite strong when I've been on board with him.
Yeah, I would say I agree, but just to be different, I say to be different, I'm gonna go with Dylan. But they are arguably probably the two quickest. Dylan, obviously last year's champion, and as far as I'm aware, I haven't seen the updated championship standings in a while, but as far as I'm aware, he's still leading the championship. So I'm gonna go with Dylan on pole then.
You love a Dylan prediction.
Yeah, because they normally come through. I won't lie. They normally come through. Maybe a bit of an outside shot. Matt, Josh. I think maybe Harry, maybe Lee, but we'll have to see as Critchley's coming round for the first flying lap then of this Q3 session. Really attacks turn 1 and 2. There's a good exit out of 3 or 2/3. Don't know the little right kink really counts as a corner, but there's a 19 dead for a first sector time. DRS wide open down the short straight in towards yet another chicane. Just about keeps it together. Into the hairpin, down into first gear, then short shifts up into second gear. It's nice and close to the wall on the left, just to give him as much room as possible. And then it's all about getting the chicane right for the final corner. Obviously, a lot of pressure on. Definitely this first start of this lap's been good. Just to be fair, it has looked good, and he's nailed it. Doesn't get it invalid on, kind of a medium length run down to the line, and he does an 8.8. I feel like he could go quicker than that, but it's definitely not a bad banker time at all. Next across the line is Ryan. He does a 10.0. After that is his teammate Harry. He goes into second with a 9, and Dylan has taken the edge off the first runs at the moment. It's an 8.7 dead. They're around a 10th or so quicker. Matt next.
Matt.
I think he's made a mistake. Looking at his time, yeah, 19.4, so he's gonna go again. Liam's in 4th with a 9.3. I think, was that the Renault of Jack pulling into the pits? It was.
A couple of people bailed.
And so you have a lot of slowly starting to make their way out the pit lane. The guys who didn't go for a run on the first one. Ooh, Matt, can you keep that together? He's done very well to get out of the walls. Just got to be careful of Liam. Just be careful when turning this back around. There's a Red Bull coming as well. Don't pick up any unnecessary wing damage. He's done well there, to be fair. Just made a small mistake coming out of the chicane. The car threw him sideways, but did well to stop it without going into the wall and losing any wing damage. So that will be his tyres ruined, but he should have another set and he'll be able to go again. Here comes the leader and he begins his lap. Just flies his way through the first sector so far. Critchley's time was a 19 dead. That's a 19.2. So he's around. I just realised Critchley's just gone even quicker with an 8.3. I didn't realise he's went again.
I was waiting for you to realise.
That's a mega lap at 8.3. I said he did make us. Oh, Dylan. It's done an 8.2. They're going for it, those two. Could we see someone into the 7s? Could the pole time potentially be in the 7s? We'll have to see.
I don't think so. That might be too much to ask.
I mean, you never know. You never know with these boys.
Oh, you don't. Don't get me wrong.
Can Lee put his car anywhere near those two at the front? There's a 9.2. He's around a second off the pole time. That puts him third, just ahead of Harry and Liam. So it's not a bad first run at all. Josh,
His teammate starts his lap.
Yeah, Josh has got his lap invalid. So we're right on board with. Yeah, we're right on board with his teammate Ryan.
You go Ryan, I'll go Jack right behind him. Ooh, touched the ball there.
That was a 19.4.
Hit.
His first sector time, which will, if we're judging off what Lee did, that probably put him just behind Liam at the moment, depending on what the rest of his lap's like. There might be a little bit of a tow going on here. I've just seen. I see the other Red Bull just ahead. If Lee can slow down enough. Not quite. He's probably got a little bit extra speed, but oh, it's Josh's retired. That's down. That's where Matt spun. I don't know if he's done something very similar as Ryan slotted into 6th momentarily. He's back down to 7th, as I believe Jack has gone up to 4th. So everyone's got time on the board at the moment. Matt's is the only one who's wasn't a proper lap.
Matt going through the second chicane. Made that look simple. Third chicane. Nice tight line. All the exit. Very nice. Being through the next chicane. What's the hairpin?
I'll tell you what, this lap is. Yeah, this has looked
pretty mega. Small lockup, but he hit the apex perfectly.
Yeah, the lockup won't lose him too much time there.
No, it's a good exit. The only thing he's missing is a toe.
Yeah, toe. Let's see. Can he actually challenge Dylan and Critchley? Ooh!
Invalid. He's done a K-mag.
He's got it invalid. That would have been a great lap. I'm actually interested to see what the as he crosses the line. Let's see. He did a 19.1 then a 21.4. Let's see. Dylan did an 18.8 and a 21.4. He would have been, you know, maybe 3-4 attempts off. I think what his last sector was like. He could have been up there with Critchley, to be honest with you. Now, it would have been not a half bad lap at all. It probably would have been around an 8.5 and 8.6 maybe. So that's a shame for him. Only 2 minutes left of the session. I don't know if he's got another set of tyres actually. He's had a spin on both sets. I don't know if he's saved a third. So we'll have to see how that one goes.
He's lucky there is that much time because he did have wing damage. Bad damage as well. Ryan do. Quick mid apex. That was more of a U than a V kind of line. Shit, he's off, eh? Through the final chicane, it's clean, straight to the line.
Maybe not as quite as committed as other drivers. I mean,
97.
Yeah, he improved, but unfortunately he's still quite a bit off the next car ahead. So it looks like he's just going to send it again on the same set. So we'll see if he can potentially. We'll see if he's up in the first sector or not. We'll probably lay our attention towards the front two. Oh, 3 attempts up already. We'll come back to him.
Oh, he's spun. He's spun.
Oh, just as I've gone off.
He's spun on exit. Just hit the inside wall.
Dylan's got his first run invalid here. Critchley is. I think he's made a mistake, or he's just beginning this lap here. So Matt's retired as well, so he can't improve.
Frustrating session for Diggles and Matt.
Yeah, not quite gone how they would have planned. Ooh. Jack's giving the wall a big old bump there.
Oh. So's Lee. Through the, yeah, that's the end of Lee's session. He hit the wall of champions, which invalidated not only his outlap, but his what would have been a flying lap. He's going to have a max of 4th.
I don't think Critchley's going to be able to get around again, to be honest with you. 15 seconds, 10 seconds out. There's no chance he's getting around again. So I think this might mean Dylan's on pole with, to be honest with you, because he's just crossed the start-finish line. I don't know, maybe we've got a bit of the desync on the timing as per usual. We'll have to see. The checkered flags come out now. As Critchley crosses
so
it.
Ryan is on a lap. But
No.
I don't think he's anywhere near the front two's time.
I think most drivers here, to be honest.
I think he's on for a possible top 3rd position-ish.
Can Ryan improve? He's currently 7th. He goes up to 3rd.
Ryan,
That's a
yes. I
good
thought
lap
so.
there.
Close between Liam as well. 1100s.
So it's only Harry and
Anyone else?
I think it's Harry and Dylan left to set a lap. I'll be honest with you. I think everyone else is either invalid or is out of the session.
Harry coming through. 187.
So he's taken 3rd then. Yeah.
Dylan's backed out.
Ryan seems pretty happy with that. I don't know if he's realised he's been demoted to P4th. Dylan already had pole anyway, so as he crossed the line, didn't really matter what his lap was. Unfortunately, a bit of an anticlimactic end to the qualifying session. No one really improved apart from Harry and Ryan from their first runs, but Dylan takes pole then. Critchley in 2nd, quite a bit further back. You've got Harry in 3rd, Ryan in 4th, just about ahead of Liam in 5th. Lee in 6th, unfortunately didn't get a 2nd run in. Jack in 7th, Ryan in 8th. Matt, who just struggled, unfortunately, he had a good lap, which could have really put him up there. Probably in 3rd, maybe challenging Critchley. But unfortunately, out of the last corner, he lost it and was in the wall. That's what happened there. And then Josh, as well, unfortunately, had a little mistake. And he retired, so that's only P10 for him. I mean, it's going to shape up the grid quite nicely. You've got a couple of quicker drivers coming through. I don't know if Ross is able to reconnect, because he'll be starting in 15th. Yeah.
With Phil in 14th.
Yeah, so that could definitely spice some things up.
Spice things up.
Oh, we've said the same word. Great minds think alike.
You're teasing me, you naughty.
But I think we're going to have the usual 5-minute break. So race will probably be getting underway at
break.
at 30. I think Josh is putting it in the Discord now. It'll probably be 34.
35. Telling you now, 35.
Yeah, it'll be be around a 5-minute break. So I'm gonna go grab a drink. I don't know if Liam's gonna stay with and entertain them, but either way, the race should be getting underway in around 5 minutes time. If you want to go sort some stuff out, recommend doing it now. Then come back, watch the race. Happy days. Oh! Right, before I go, Ryan's giving us the big intel. Liam, are you still here, or have you gone?
Yes, I am still
Okay,
here.
rain in the middle of the race.
Ooh, tasty.
Is that just right? Is that just the middle period or middle to the end? Is it like dry, wet, dry, or
Oh, it's a dry, wet, dry.
dry? Yeah, dry, wet, dry would be mwah,
Ooh,
perfect.
we could get a 2011 remake here.
We could.
Kinda.
Right, I'm
We
gonna.
wait and see.
Yeah, I want to go grab a drink, but I kind of want to see Ryan's reply. I'll grab a drink and then I'll see the reply when I get back. So we'll be back in a second. Race underway. Very shortly. So see you then. Didn't actually unmute my mic. I started talking and realised nothing's been said. So, right, we should be getting underway very shortly. In around two-ish minutes time. Something like that. Ryan's given us the word that it is wet, then dry for 2 little rainy pitches, and then dry again for 3 ends of 3, 2, 3. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. I'm just going to finish my food and then the formation lap will be all ready. Right, we're back. So here we go, formation lap. We'll be interested to see what tyres people are on kind of outside of the top 10. Only one person's gone for the hards. The strategy there, as you can see, is a medium, soft, medium. Or a free stop of a soft, 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 medium. So I'm expecting most people to do the two stop. Maybe Leon down in 17th. Might try the one stop, hard to mediums. I'll see how that goes. Obviously Dylan, Critchley, Harry all in the top three starting the mediums. Ryan on the softs. Liam and Lee, excuse me, in 5th and 6th on the mediums. Jack and Ryan on softs in 7th and 8th. And Matt and Josh on mediums. Keon in mediums. There's quite a few of the guys at the back who all ran into each other on the formation lap. Cohen.
Ross is 20th rather than 15th.
Ooh, that's interesting. So that will promote everyone from Cameron downwards upper position. Cohen, Sil, then Phil, then Kiam, then Cameron, then Richard, then Leon, then Beer, and Looney Moo. So there you go. These guys towards the back are making their way around now.
Race winner. Go.
Oh, crap. God, you're putting the pressure on me. Race winner. Oh, who knows? I'm a Dylan. There we go. Converted from pole. As
Harry.
we build up to 5 red lights. I don't know, they'll be in sync. It's lights out and away we go. They are in sync for once on this game. Dylan gets off to a good start there as is that Harry putting Critchley under some pressure in towards turn 1. Red Bull's trying to have a look up the inside of Harry now. I think that's Ryan trying to take P3. They're going side by side in towards turn 4. Will he have a look up the inside? It is only lap 1, boys. Don't go for anything too audacious. There's a VSC already. I think Ryan got the move done before the VSC came out. Cohen has picked up a 5-second penalty for a collision. I'm trying to work out what that VSC was for. I've not noticed anyone drop too far back as we are...
Right, screen.
Yeah, we're racing once again as Phil looks for a way past Ryan in 9th. Teammate just behind. Josh looking to get through as well, just following in his teammate's steps, and that's him up into 10th. Ryan might have a little look back momentarily, but thinks better of it, and that is both McLarens into the points then. Matt's getting close to the back of Lee. As the cars will make their way through the chicane for the first time. Hopefully no one's ran into the wall of champions as Ryan's already into the pit, so that might explain something to do with the VSC. Same with Kian and... no, not Kian. Cohen and Beer as well.
Bit of a lock-up for Critchley into turn 1. Don't know how much it's going to hurt him, but he's fallen outside Dylan's second. So Dylan's got that gap out of DRS he wanted.
Yeah, already on lap 2.
Harry's clinging on to 9 tenths.
Yeah, Ryan got the move done on lap 1 just before the VSC came out, so timing was good on that, and then obviously he's been able to pull away in P3 at the moment. And he's staying with Critchley as well, to be fair, and obviously they are on different tyres. That is something to take into note. That's why Jack is closing up on Harry here. Will he have a look in towards the final 2 corners?
Don't think so. Could be a turn 1 move.
Yeah, it's quite hard
Ryan's
to
already
make.
got himself a penalty.
It's quite hard to make an overtake stick into the last 2 corners around here. Definitely with simulation damage as well, as Matt has just about picked off Lee by the looks of things, so he's up into 7th. The 2 McLarens looking to get a move on as well. They want to get past Lee as well. Phil and Josh starting a little bit further down than they would have liked. Phil was down in what, 14th? As Ooh, that's very close between the two McLarens. Josh had a look up the inside and towards the left-hander. Hill didn't really allow him. And they will stay 9th and 10th. And as far as I'm aware, there's no damage there at all. As Kean's picked up a 3-second time penalty, so his first of the race. Tell you what, Matt really looks like he's getting a move on. He's now right up behind Liam as well. So his poor Q3 is already starting to make up for it. Obviously DRS in play now as well. We'll see on lap 4, so it's been available for a lap or so at this point. You can see Josh has just dropped back after they've nearly had that little coming together, as Lee as well now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Same with Cameron, so they're starting to fly in. Ooh. Jack's got very close here. Ooh, they've had a Stroll and a Hartley moment.
They've touched, lots of touching.
Ooh, was that Liam caught up in it as well? It was.
Liam spun in the wall.
Oh,
boy.
That's not quite gone to plan for those two then. I think Harry's got out of that damage free. Yeah, Matt's gained a position or two off of that as well.
Jack's got a puncture.
Oh, that's not good.
Front right puncture, so he'll limp home for half a lap.
Tell you what, I feel bad for Liam in that. It was almost a passenger. It was Harry and Jack having a go at each other, and the next thing you know, Liam, he was just sitting behind them, got caught up in it, and I don't know if he's picked up any wing damage. I don't think he has, but he has dropped down quite a few positions. As into the pit comes Josh as well, so I don't know if he's picked up some damage from that as well. Putting the softs on. Obviously with the rain halfway through, if you pit now, you've got to be able to judge how far these tyres are going to go and when the rain's going to come, really. Could be why Leon opted to start in the hards, because you might be able to take those all the way to the rain period. So here comes Matt, who I think if you told him after lap 5 he'd be up into 4th, I think he would definitely have taken that. He's putting Harry under some pressure. Last time a car tried to get past Harry, though, we know how that one ended.
Harry really not having the pace I thought he might.
No, he's struggling, and this is going to be a pretty simple move for Matt in the end. Is he going to be a car length ahead? He is. Into the braking zone as Dylan sets the fastest lap of the race at 13.10. He's built out a 3-second gap to Critchley.
And still get a move on Liam. Looking fairly simple into turn 1. Not quite. Might go for the switchback. No. No, don't think he'll get the move on Liam this lap. Not sure if Liam got any damage, obviously being involved in the incident 2 laps prior. It was 2 laps, wasn't it?
Yeah, roughly. He looked damage free when I got the outboard shot of him, but obviously you can only really see major end plate damage on that. He might have some like light damage that we just can't see. Kean has joined the back of these two as well.
Who did you say was on the hards? Was it Leon?
Yeah, I think he's just boxed there.
He's just boxed for mediums. Interesting.
Might have picked up some damage, might have just clipped the wall. Be there easily done.
Possibly.
As Kean's picked up a 3-second time penalty for, I think that was just at the final corner there, just cut it slightly. So what, now Cameron's caught up to the back of this train as well. Cameron's looking at points. I don't think he expected that, but... Ooh, I think one of the Hasses, yeah. Richard just saw on the mini map there, down by the hairpin, right at the beginning of the third sector. If we jump on board with, is that the leaders or is this? No, that is the leaders. If we jump aboard with Matt, we jump aboard with Matt. We might see. Oh, his car's just despawned, but you might be able to see that for a split second on the right hand side there. Got another virtual safety car, so second VSC of the race.
I love the rev glitch.
Yeah, it is a beautiful sound. So that's the first DNF then, which is Richard, unfortunately. So I'm surprised we lasted 8 laps without a DNF if you look at Azerbaijan from last week. So Liam's rejoined. That might be why Liam was struggling actually. That's why he's dropped back a bit. He's rejoined though by the looks of things.
Seal's going to get moved on Liam going into the second hairpin. It's crucial because he is on the softs and it'll allow him to get away from the Renault as the Renault makes a dive. Jesus Christ, that was late on the brakes, but he's made it work. Ah, Liam's disconnected.
Yeah,
he's reconnected.
I was literally about to say, as the rain has started to come down, I think they were just trying to get past him before he reconnected, as Cameron's made a bit of a mistake there. Somehow was probably only got a warning for that, which to be honest he's definitely gained some time from that. The rain's coming down now. I think mediums are probably the best tyre to start on with this rain, as I've lost deltas, but I think Phil has just got past Harry. He has in towards the final corner, so Phil's up to 5th, so good recovery from him so far. From 14th on the grid.
He was saying it, he loves himself a challenge, don't he?
Yeah, obviously started from the back last time out in Baku and did very well there. As Cameron's
possible
coming
championship
in.
leader if he didn't do this? Question mark.
I mean, did he not win at Baku anyway?
BSC.
Oh, another one, a third
He's
one.
up there, that's for sure.
I think that's a Willie.
Ryan's out.
Yeah. Ryan
Looks
at
like final chicane.
all the champions. If we jump on board with Beer, hopefully the car won't despawn by then. I have a feeling it probably will. Guessing he's just either lost it around the final chicane and he's in the left. No, he's in the wall on the right.
In the right.
So first victim of the wall of champions. That's 2 DNFs in 2 laps or so. As DRS is re-enabled, and I'll tell you what, this will just benefit people who are trying to take these softs a little bit longer to the rain period. Obviously it's still coming down lightly, still nowhere near intermediate weather, but maybe 3-4 more laps and we might start to see a couple cars coming in. Depends how quickly the rain wants to pick up, as there's quite a lot of cars. Is that a Ferrari? I don't know, this is Leon getting, yes, Leon getting lapped, just getting out of the way.
Blue flag.
Phil's putting Matt under some pressure. At the moment, he's around 4 tenths behind.
Gradually both catching up on Ryan. Really struggling on them softs a little bit.
Yeah, it's Matt.
Oh, big squirm. That should be simple for Phil. Yes, it will be.
Interestingly as well, Liam's pitted for the Inters already. So he's a test dummy for that then. He's come out in 12th. He's taken a gamble, and the gamble might have worked. As Phil will look to get a move on past Ryan now as well. Can he get 2 cars in a lap or so? As Matt's picked up a penalty there.
Showed some serious pace, Phil.
He kind of has a half-hearted attempt, but it's made Ryan go a little bit deep just because he had to leave the room in case. Now he's going to get him on the exit. He's going to go round the outside in towards a second chicane, and he's got it done. Beautiful stuff, and Phil already up into third. And to be fair, from where he started, Critchley and Dylan aren't too far at the road.
Do the same thing.
I'm not sure. I think Ryan's just lost that by himself as yet another VSC. Sorry to interrupt you, but I was just flicking back down through the drivers. And that's just before the third chicane. I think he's lost it by himself, and he's in the wall on the right-hand side, which will pretty much give everyone a free position.
Harry Jack recreation?
As far as I'm aware, I know Phil just got past him, but I think he's just lost it by himself. I don't think there was any contact.
Harry did just make the move before that VSC was called. He done it a lot earlier rather than into the chicane. He done it on the exit at turn 2.
Yeah.
Showing that the mediums are a lot better tyre than the softs right now.
Interesting. I don't know if that's Ross or an AI controlled Ross, but he is currently also on the inters. It looks like a human controlled Ross at the moment, but I couldn't really tell you.
So it's getting close to winter weather.
Well,
as people are
yeah, Matt's come on for them now as well. I'm guessing Harry and Kian are coming in. I'm going to see here up the straight on board with Liam. See how much
lots of mediums
he gained. I think this is around the crossover point now, going on to lap 12. See, Liam gets past Cameron with some ease. I'm expecting Cameron to come into the pit lane. He does.
That was scary.
Yeah, I thought he might have ran into the back of his teammate there. Interestingly, the top 4 all just kind of passed the pit lane at that prime moment to pit. So I'm interested to see where Matt comes out compared to Ross.
As Lee spun and Lee's in a wall, no front wing at all. Definitely going to be pitting this lap. Hopefully, I'll get out of the way from that.
Another VSC. Oh, that's just going to benefit the top 4 massively.
That bit of bodywork.
Dylan, Critchley, Phil, and then if Lee can make it round in time with the VSC still out, it won't. I mean, it still cost him, but it won't cost him as much. But the top 3 have really benefited out of that. Definitely Phil, because I was worried Matt might be able to get an undercut on him. Obviously, he's pitting a little bit earlier on those inters, but.
Lee just put in the
Phil nearly
put down a tad too early.
Is that Critchley right ahead of Phil, or is that Leon? I think that's Leon of the lapped Ferrari. Oh yeah, Critchley's in an Alpha. Sorry, my bad.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry, I thought he was in a Ferrari for a second. To be fair, Critchley's benefited off of this VSC at the moment. He's 2.1 seconds behind. Now down to 1.9.
Phil probably quite frustrated to be behind Leon.
Yeah, well, normally the lap cars are quite good at getting out of the way normally. That's one thing I will say to the boys who get that.
Straight away.
They do get out of the way nicely round. And here's Josh is having a look on Looney Moo. Be interested to see who can adapt to the weather as well. Looney Moo's gone a bit deep.
He was quicker out the blocks than Dylan on these inters.
Yeah, 1.8 seconds between the front 2 at the moment. Apart from Cameron on Jack, unfortunately, everyone's slowly starting to spread out a little bit.
Phil's picked up a penalty.
Cameron struggling with the rears a little bit, but to be honest with you, it's not really. Still's catching up with Cohen. There's not too much to talk about at the moment. I mean, I'll be honest. I think this battle for 14th might be the only real battle on track at the moment. Everyone's just kind of finding.
You're looking at the times.
Yeah, everyone's just finding their own rhythm on the wet, so we're going to take him at least a couple laps to adjust. Obviously, we'll be back to dries soon-ish.
Still definitely quicker than Kian. Pritchie's got the gap down to 1 second pretty much.
Obviously, no
Been
D.
about 8/10 this lap.
Yeah, it was obviously if he gets within a second, there's no real benefit because of no DRS. So he's gonna have to be right on his gearbox to really make a move work in the wet.
Just try and tempt a mistake.
Yeah, try force him out wide by just kind of putting his car there and being a bit awkward. That could be the plan, but at the moment the gap's back up to around 1.6 seconds, so I don't know if there was a mistake from Dylan and now he's just refound the pace that he's had because that gap's up to 2 seconds now, so he came down very quickly, but I think that gap is just changing rapidly. It's 1 second, 2 seconds, now it's back down to 1.6. So
I think one person's got the second half figured out and the other's got the first half of the lap figured.
yeah, pretty much that's how it's looking.
Diggles is pitting as well.
Guessing there's a front wing change going on there. Oh, he's onto mediums. Is it already the... Interesting.
Well, Seal and Kian are also pitting.
I know the rain period was... Yeah, they're putting on dries.
They're going on to the mediums.
Yeah, DRS enabled. Oh. I know the wet period was going to be short, but I don't think it was going to be 5 laps or so.
Certainly made things a tad bit interesting.
I think Diggles might have absolutely smashed when to pit then. As a front two are now in. It'd be interesting to see what tyres those two choose. Ooh.
Possibly, as he has a little squirm.
Top three all gone
Top
for
three on the
mediums.
mediums.
Yeah.
Quickly jumped Dylan. Dylan might have had to serve a penalty.
Ooh. Yes, you are correct on that. I will double check now. No, I think he might have just been held, you know. There's no sign of a penalty for Dylan. I think Dylan's just been held in the pit lane.
Possible damage, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he either went for a wing change or got held. One of the two. Oh, excuse me.
Interestingly, Lee's still out on the inters. Similar to Looney Moo.
Oh, this is going to be close. Jack and Alpha. I think they're lap cars, to be honest with you, so I don't think it'd be quite as close as the first four. Ross and Diggles have come out quite close to each other. This could turn into a quite nice battle. Little feisty one here for P11. Not quite for the points. They got another lap car ahead of them in there who's actually disconnected, and they've got Jack just ahead. As Diggles is looking to get past Jack in towards the hairpin, and he's done that. Ross is going to look for the move up the inside of the lap car now. Bit of a risky one. But he's
off and he's got a good run on Jack.
Jack's struggling?
Oh, Jack's on inters. He's on inters.
Oh, that's why.
That'll
Yeah.
be why he's struggling.
I was going to say, he was just looking awfully slow.
Will Ross move across? No, he's smart enough not to. Does make his run horrible through the cost. Last corner.
There's Lee and Liam have also come out right next to each other, and they're going to battle in towards turn 4, and I think Lee's just kept that position as he came out of the pit lane.
Liam might have some front left damage.
Oh yeah, he does.
He has no front left, Liam.
That's frustrating because he's pitted a lap ago. He's going to have to come in again then. Just try to avoid any time penalties with wing damage, because you can easily just run wide with no wing.
Hard's going on.
Yeah, guys at the back who kind of not really got anything to lose at this point. Might as well try something different. Cameron's quite close to Sil at the moment, around a second in that.
And as we... Oh, Liam carrying on with this damage.
He's not pitted. I mean, fair play.
No, he hasn't.
If it doesn't feel too bad, then I guess he can go for it.
See the time loss through this sector though. He did spend most of that damage in a straight line. So watch the gap to him, between him and Lee and him and Diggles. See how much Diggles catches. He's already taken nearly a second out of him. Definitely should have pitted.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he comes in this lap or not, as Diggles is right there now. As Phil's picked up a 3-second penalty.
Maybe second or third, I believe.
Yeah, Diggles
Liam really struggling.
Diggles is surely going to have this done. Either he might go for it into the hairpin. You've got to be careful. See, with a car with wing damage, they're going to break a bit earlier than you think, and then you go. He's nearly caught him out there.
Ooh.
But he's through.
It did touch. That was very close. That was... I wouldn't have made that move. It was a risky one.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to make the move, if I'm 100% honest with you. I just think the wing damage caught him out.
Again.
I think that's the wrong move.
Staying out.
You can just see that left front. It's a big risk. As Cameron is still there.
Time, so I'm not sure what his plan is. Does he feel it's too soon for a set of hards to the end?
Yeah, it might be trying to just see it out a couple laps, just so the strategy becomes slightly easier. You can see me. No, that's Cameron. Sorry. Obviously both alphas there. I was about to say that's him in the background, but it wasn't. Quite a big gap from Sil to the car ahead. He's around 10 seconds behind, and Ross is going to be making a move on Liam pretty soon as well, so he's going to be dropping down to 10th.
Gap at the front since the last virtual safety car. Dylan and Critchley about the same, but Phil's not got the pace to keep up with them. Although they are now in lap car territory.
Yeah, obviously Critchley got past Dylan in the pit stop phase from the wets to, well, the inters to the mediums, so he's really benefited off of that. There's a kerfuffle down at the hairpin. I think that's just lap cars getting out of the way, as here goes Ross up the inside in towards turn 1. Goes a bit deep, and there's
big contact.
Oh!
Oof.
That's massive contact.
Safety car, safety car.
Full course
Is
safety
anyone
car.
wanting to pit? No, I wouldn't imagine so.
That's a big old collision.
That was a very late move by Ross. I wasn't on board, but
I had the onboard
I think
shot.
it was one of those. He looked too far back, and he looked to be going for a gap always closing.
He went for it. I think he then obviously he ran into Liam, kind of going out the exit of turn 1 in towards turn 2. They then had a bit of contact. It sent Liam's cars kind of spinning a little bit, kind of half spun. I think he then got on, I think his rears probably just clipped the grass, it spun the car fully around, and then they kind of just had a little T-bone collision. That's what it looked like on board with Ross. And unfortunately for them, that's both of them without a front wing. Liam obviously already had damage. That made stuff a little bit more awkward for him as well. As Leon's been disqualified. We both said that the exact same way.
What's that? I don't know if you noticed, but Bill pitted under the safety car for a set of socks.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
He's only lost out to Matt here. Just about stuck out in front of Harry.
Yeah, there you go. There was a confirmation as well. Dylan said in the chat on the last pit stop he got held for 4 seconds, so there wasn't a front wing damage. It was generally just him getting held, which was rather unfortunate.
Jack's been disqualified as well.
Oh, wait, what?
Double disqualification.
Right then. We'll use this time as a quick penalty
Guess.
update. Critchley's got no penalties.
Drive through and then just got disqualified.
Dylan's got no penalties. Matt's got 2. Phil's got
Jack's just put
also 2.
Jack's just put in Discord. No thanks, I'm not getting stuck behind safety car. Not sure what that means.
I think because he was a lap down, he was trying to overtake the safety car, and then obviously you can't do that. And I think that might be why he got disqualified. Kieran's got 3 penalties, and it's a warning away from a 4th. Lee's got 2 as well. Josh has got 3. Sil's got 2. Cameron's got, Jesus Christ, Cameron, come on now. You got 1, 2, a 5 seconds, which he should have served. No, he won't have served that yet. So technically that's 3, 6, 11, 14, 17 seconds worth of penalties. Cohen has got 3, 6, just a 6. Ross has got 9. And then the rest I can't really be bothered to do. Alright then. We got safety car in this lap, probably just drop back a little bit. I think they
believe they're just dropping back.
Yeah. Still Looney Moo and Beer's been lapped. He's in there somewhere. Look what Looney Moo's catch up. Right, and fingers crossed if they should catch up in time, and we should be racing again. We're on lap 23 of 70. We've already had 5 cars out of this race. We had Richard on lap 8, Ryan on lap 9, and the other Ryan a couple laps later. When it was kind of that crossover period from the dries to the wets, and then we've had Leon and Jack be disqualified. I believe it's for trying to overtake the safety car. Probably, like Callum's just said in the chat a minute ago, probably then when overtaking safety car actually overtook someone, and the game was like, no, you can't do that. And he just didn't give the position back. That's really only my explanation, because the game's explanation wasn't too great. It was just ignoring yellow flags. Yeah, but it bunches the field up, which I'll take, because it was slowly starting to spread out as safety car is in this lap. So Critchley will lead them. Be interesting to see when he goes. Will he go halfway down the straight? Will he go literally right on the second last corner? He's going to back them up.
Line, I would.
Going to back them up quite a bit.
Do a Bottas.
What, even take him through the last corner? I reckon the best place to catch Nappen would probably be just before the last corner. I think he's already sent it, and he has, so he's already gone. It's kind of an average start. It's not a great start, but he's not going to come under any pressure, so he's done his job well. As Dylan just went a little bit deep there momentarily, as Matt behind also went a bit deep.
Matt? No, not quite close enough.
Obviously, Phil on these softs. It's a slightly interesting play. Will he try the soft to hards? Or will he be going for the soft medium while everyone's probably doing the medium to the soft, or the medium, depending on what you started on? Or is it now with the rain? With the rain, do they have to change tire compound now that the rain's coming? Clark saying Liam scares
I'm
me.
not sure.
He's mugging you off, mate. Lucas is mugging you off, Liam.
Who is?
Lucas, he's mugging you right off. He's saying you're scary. So here comes Phil. Into the last corner, potentially around the outside. Ooh, not quite. Has to back out of it.
Very bold. Gets a time penalty.
Have a look back up the inside in towards turn 1. Have to hold on all the way around the outside through turn 2 as well. Gets a good exit and he's through up into 3rd place, as you would kind of expect on these fresh soft tyres. Where's Snoop Doggy Dog? He's right here, unfortunately.
Right here. Right now.
Ooh, Lee just clipped the ball there. I don't know if he's got any damage off of that, but he's looking to size up and move on Kian. And Sills picked up a 3-second time penalty. Josh just behind as well. Josh has kind of been all over the place this race as he goes up the inside in towards the hairpin on Lee. Leaves him enough room. Lee's going to have a slightly better exit. Potentially, he's going to use overtake to try keep hold of it. These two just going to have a straight drag race. Josh just tucks in behind for now. And unfortunately, Josh can't quite get it done. He had a look into the hairpin. Maybe it could have been better to just sit behind and have him on the straight. Obviously, we haven't got DRS re-enabled quite yet.
Ross moving inside. No, no, he might go for the switch back. Oof. Almost touch. Cameron. Look to outside.
Ooh.
They touch again and again. They've done well for no one to end up on the grass, that's for sure. And Dylan do anything to Critchley going into the hairpin?
Oh, Jesus, he's still close. I didn't even notice that.
Critchley locked up into the corner. Dylan's going to look most likely to get a run into.
Oh,
he's got a lot of speed.
He's gained
Christ.
massively. Oh, he's picked up a penalty for
He
that.
took a penalty. Critchley's going to look to fight back, but he doesn't have the DRS.
Yeah, the double DRS zone worked perfectly for Dylan there. He's got such a slippery car in a straight line. We saw that in Baku as well. He just set his car to be as quick as possible in a straight line, and it's just benefited him massively.
I suppose when half the track is literally that straight line with a little chicane in, you can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's worked. He's back up into the lead of this race. Obviously, we're still not even halfway through yet. We're on lap 27 of 70. Obviously, 35 is around the halfway point. Says around, it is the halfway point.
Quick maths.
Bill's here as well. He's really catching up on these softs. Tell you what, further back, actually, momentarily. Cameron's having a look up the inside of Josh. I've just realised he's got some more wing damage, so Josh struggling there. And I tell you what, Ross is joining in as well.
Nice DRS train of Sil, Lee and Kian, who's been weaving around that whole bit of straight.
Cameron just got a 5-second penalty for a straight corner cut. Tried to hold it around the outside of Ross, but had to bail out. I don't think Ross has picked up any damage from that. It looked like they were about to touch, but no, his wing looks fine.
As this train carries on.
Anyway, there's quite a few battles spicing up at the moment. We've got Lee and Kian here for P6. The front three is still quite close together. Josh and Liam have just entered the pit lane as well.
Oof. Lee slightly touched the back of Kian going into the chicane, broke a bit too late. Is that going to allow Sil to make a move? Not quite.
Yeah, Silver's joining the party here. Going to make it a little three-way scrap for what will be 6th place. So quite a few championship points up here. But Lee is looking for a move on Kian. Instead, he's going to go up the inside in towards the final 2 corners. Kian's going to try hold it around the outside. They do very well there not to make any kind of contact. But Lee gets the move done up into 6th place as an Alpha. Is that an Alpha Tower? He spun at turn 2, turn 3.
That's Liam. He retired in the pit lane, but I think it's driven out the AI.
Lee's car got a little bit sideways. That allows Kian to get back through. So Lee's worked so hard to get the overtake done. And he's lost it just because of traction only a couple corners later. So that's unfortunate for him.
Whilst that was going on, Critchley forced back going for a move into turn 1 for the lead, but weren't quite close enough. I feel sorry for Phil here. He's just stuck in a DRS train and can't make use of these softs.
Yeah, but you can kind of keep tabs on those front three at the moment. That'd be quite nice because I'm kind of focusing on the middle frame, but I don't want to miss anything towards the front. Oh, Clark's asked me the question. Of course, I've got to back technically my own quote-unquote league, even though I don't really do a lot. And so here comes.
He seems quite happy to just sit behind at the moment. He's got his ERS up to pretty much 100. He's just making Dylan burn it down the straight.
This battle between Kian and Lee has been beautiful. They're just about giving each other enough room. Kian just slightly squeezing Lee across the left-hand side of the track. And I tell you what, Still's there as well. He's just going to send one up the inside, and that's a ballsy move, but he's made it work brilliantly. The Ferrari up into 7th. I tell you what, there's a little train starting to form here. Ross is catching up. Cameron's catching up. Yeah, Lucas. It's kind of just Elliot, really. But we move. Ooh, I think that's Lee into the wall and he's out. He's tried to send one back up around Kian. And they've had a small bit of contact and his car just went veering off to the right. Surprised we've not got a VSC for that.
Critchley might look to make a move here into turn 1.
Kian was on the outside.
Still not using ERS.
He was on the inside. It didn't end well.
Critchley has 99 ERS to burn.
He's being patient.
He seems quite happy to. Yeah, but he just seems happy to use the DRS, whereas Dylan, he's now up to 50. Slowly bringing it up, but
Ross has gone a bit deep.
Opportunity to attack him on 20.
Oh no, there's been a little chain react. I'll tell you what, this battle for 6th, and now Sil's in a wall. This is all self-destructive. We were having a lovely 5-way battle. Lee's gone. There was a little chain reaction through turn 1. They all just kind of went deep one after another, and then they all kind of got some wing damage. Sil then lost it, I think, by himself. Ross picked up wing damage. Kian's picked up wing damage. I think Cameron's picked up some wing damage as well. Fuck's sake. Right, I think we are kind of just focusing on this front three in a moment then, because that was looking to get really tasty, that.
Oh, Dylan had a massive kick coming out of the hairpin, and Critchley is through for the DRS straight. Dylan probably won't be able to fight this back. Bill's opportunity to get Dylan now, but he won't be close enough into turn 1. He'd be annoyed that he wasn't close enough to pounce on Dylan's mistake. Put his foot down too quickly on the exit of the hairpin, which we've seen done a couple of times.
Down to just 13 runners then. As the boys who have picked up their wing damage are starting to head into the pit lane. Kind of just got these front three to focus on now, really. Actually, as I say that, Sil's making quite big inroads on Cohen here. And I don't mean big inroads, I mean very big inroads. Go around the outside in towards one of the many chicanes around here, and he's up into 7th. Back towards the front then.
How close can Dylan get? He did give a burst of ERS, and Critchley hasn't touched it yet. huge gaps in ERS amounts. You can see Critchley was saving. He's really not burning too much.
Hasn't really needed to be honest with you. Be interesting to see when Phil comes in as well, as these softs will probably be starting to be a little uncomfortable at this point. He's done 12 laps or so on them. I'd expect the softs to probably be able to go, 15, 20 laps or so, depending how good you are at managing your tyres. Because obviously the normal strategy is a soft, medium, medium. So we'll see. He could come in maybe a little bit earlier. But it'd be interesting to see what tyres he pits onto when he does pit.
Lots of penalties been dished out so far this race, and we're not even halfway through.
Yeah, obviously it's quite easy to pick up the odd corner car around here.
Ross on a fresh set of softs has just picked off Diggles.
Oh, right then. Still these three just separated by, 7 tenths. They're getting closer on the straights, but no one can just find a way through at this moment in time.
It's that DRS train.
Yeah, you feel for Phil. If you had clean air, he'd really be able to get the most out of these softs, but in another way, he's also benefiting because he is just getting pulled along at this point. He's probably just being able to stay with them because of DRS. Apart from this though, not too much to shout about, to be honest with you.
Diggles is trying to keep with Ross, but that soft, hard compound proving too difficult just outside of the DRS.
We've got a disconnected laps car ahead of them, which is going to cause some issues for Phil.
Ruined.
Poor. Well, he's dropped out of DRS now, so we'll see whether he'll be able to actually keep up now he's out of DRS.
This could help Dylan's situation to push Critchley along. He's nursed his ERS up to double what it was when he got overtaken.
We won't have to think about defending either at all. I mean, as I say that, Phil's brought it right back down. I think he's just going to be...
Didn't quite get DRS.
Yeah, he's just outside of it this lap, but if he can put in another good first and second sector, he'll probably be back within it for next time around. So this is Dylan's kind of a real chance to go for it while he doesn't have to worry about any car behind him. Let's see, how good of an exit does he get? Not the best. Once again, he's just not going to even go for it. He's just going to use the DRS. No point using ERS when you're this far back. You're not really going to get the overtake done. So he'll just tuck him behind again.
Phil doesn't seem to have the pace to keep catching.
And he's there or thereabouts. Sills pitted after only one lap on the soft, so not too sure what's going on there. Maybe had a little collision.
He's got it. He's got it inside a second.
Yeah, I think he might have got a bit deep on purpose there to try just get within a second. He's actually not got the DRS though.
He didn't get the DRS.
It's not. I mean, he's within a second now. Well, so I'm expecting Phil
Outside
in.
again.
I'm expecting Phil to come into the pit lane fairly soon. I mean, he's still keeping up with the medium boys, but around like 20 or so. We might try stretch the softs as far as possible, but we'll have to see. Only time will tell. As we've got a lovely bot in the Twitch chat telling us to buy some followers. As Ross sets the fastest up the race. We both thought the same thing at the same time. Big brain.
when there's so little to speak about other than this battle.
To be fair, the thing is they're close, but they're not really properly going at it. They're just comfortable to just stay at a pretty, not safe distance, but respectable
Do they
distance.
know each other's penalties?
I
don't know
think
who's got more.
I think they were fairly similar last time I checked.
I'm going to check it now. Critchley has 1. And Dylan has 1.
As Phil's just picked
Both
up
with the same
a
penalties.
Phil's just picked up an extra
Phil's
penalty.
Quite a few.
Yeah, and Phil is dropping further back now, so he's not quite being able to just if I can get my bloody word out, he's not quite able to stay with them. I wouldn't mind a safety car right now, just to bring the rest of the field close as well. Because that battle we had for, the P6, that little 5-way kind of P6 down to P10, that was very nice until that all kind of self-destructed.
Bang.
So that's the first time I've seen Dylan properly use some overtake down the back straight, and he's now only 2/10. Then Critchley, the thing with Critchley is he's just kind of letting it happen. He knows it's a long race. He's just let Dylan kind of just go up the around the outside there into turn 1, and he's just gonna let it happen. Obviously,
So this whole battle, Critchley's not got lower than 80% ERS.
he's just letting him attack, letting him use up the ERS. No, obviously, still 30. We'll have 30 laps to go in a minute still, and
You see, he's letting him use it up, but he will, I suspect, let Dylan build up again. Just will only overtake him if he makes a mistake, like he did before.
bit mind games maybe in this one as well. Matt's picked up a penalty. He's currently running not a lonely race in P4. Harry's around 2.5 seconds behind him, but he's around 6 seconds or so off Phil ahead of him.
Bit of lag at the front.
Oh no.
I think Critchley moved to the side to sort of stay out of Dylan's way, and then they sort of jolted into each other.
We know what Critchley's
Matt's just pitted.
We know Critchley can have some disconnecting issues, so hopefully he doesn't run into any problems today.
Is that Matt onto the softs?
It is.
So I'm looking at his empty pit box. What's going on here? There we go. I'm not sure if they'll make it to the end.
Nah, not from here. That's going to be quite a big ask. I think he'd just go soft and maybe go a bit aggressive. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Dylan seems to lack a lot of grip compared to Critchley. Locking up almost everywhere. As Critchley's using ERS this time, he wants the move now.
He's absolutely flown by. These two almost just
not really able to fight this.
Yeah, these two just seem to be trading positions rather than having a proper battle, but I think as the laps go on, it will spice in. Well, what does it?
It's like the cyclists in the Olympics, you know, they're just one sits in the slipstream, burns off some
Yeah,
ERS.
pretty much.
When he needs a break, he lets the other guy pass just to keep ticking over and quicker than the people behind.
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to help each other to get further ahead.
Last 10 laps or so, if these two are still right together, I think that's where it will start to get spicy. And they'll be probably going for it at that point.
Dylan's going to breeze past again. This time without even using ERS. Bit of a lock up. Richie ain't going to fight it back though. Even with 190 ERS. Phil pits off those softs you was on about. He got to another set of softs, same as Matt.
I think they're just going to go really aggressive at this point. Pit again from softs. He took them around 20 laps or so, like I said, I reckon he would. And he's just going to go soft, and he's just going to obliterate the tyres probably. And look to make him last as long as possible.
What happened to Matt? Because didn't you say they were about 2.5 seconds apart?
Who was that, sorry?
Matt and Phil. Was it?
No,
Harry?
it was Harry. Harry's not pitted yet.
Oh, okay. That explains it. I think Harry will hold up to about 30 laps and then probably try and take... He'll probably try and go for some softs from that lap 50-ish to the end.
Right, these two just still the kind of main focus at the moment. There's Matt. There you go. Another purple time for him on these softs. On lap 43, so we're over halfway now. Around 7-8 laps over the halfway mark. I still muted both. Okay, my mic did not fancy unmuted. I was just talking for like a minute and realised my mic was still on mute from when I had a little cough. Yeah, as I was saying, I think Dylan's slightly... Great. No. I think Dylan's slightly quicker in the first and second sector. We can just see him pull him away slightly, but it's just the DRS which is helping Critchley just stay within that second. Because Dylan brings the gap normally to around 7 tenths. Obviously, Critchley finds some time again down the small straight. But you can see, there you go. It's up to 7-8 tenths. And then down the main straight, it will come all the way back down to around, 4 tenths or so. And it's just kind of rinse and repeat at this point.
Critchley, a little skirmish on exit this time. Still going to be able to bring the gap down with this DRS.
You see how strong that is, the DRS and the slipstream. Not even using ERS either, so... We've got 20, is it 25 laps left? It is 25 laps left. Be interesting to see when these two get off their mediums. They've gone 30 laps now or so, which I would guess is probably the minimum, or roughly how long you should at least take them. If you are to jump on them, I'm not sure how much further they can go from here. Maybe 35 laps, maybe pushing 40 if you've got very good management, but I reckon 30 to 35 would probably see in box for a set of softs to take the last 20 laps or so. So around lap 50, where I would expect them to pit. Oh, is there a mistake there?
Phil passed Harry. Harry didn't really have the grip at the chicane and had a little squirm. I wasn't sure if Phil was going to be able to keep tight to the inside. He just made it look simple in the end, but I thought there could have been a bit of a collision. I should suspect that'd be Phil leaving Harry for dust. As Diggles is in a wall again. Ooh. Oh no! And that was risky.
Oh Jesus!
Driver's gonna have to be careful coming round. He spins the car and stops still on the racing line exit. Not what Diggles wanted.
No, it's dropped him out of the top 10 down to 11th, and to be honest with you, he's going to be quite a big ask. Of course, he was going on these hards till the end, I can imagine. Now he's got to put softs on and then stretch them maybe a little bit longer than he would like. He can't quite go all out on them.
Was that Richie with a penalty I saw?
It might have been, I'm not too sure.
It was. Pritchard just picked up a penalty. I mean, Dylan is only one warning away. But if he can keep it penaltyless, he's going to have a big advantage.
So he goes, Diggles is retired in the pit lane. Kind of understandable as these two. Here we go once again. This looks like more of a fight. Those Critchley's going to fake to the outside and look to the inside, but fought against it. And he will keep tucked in behind in P2 at the moment. So now only down to 12 runners, obviously. And
straight into Diggles.
Is Beard still disconnected? So technically it's only Looney moves outside the points. One more DNF and you're guaranteed points.
I think what Critchley's trying to do is force Dylan into getting a warning.
It's not a bad idea.
He knows that he's now... He knows he's got the disadvantage there.
As Phil's picked up another
one.
one.
Without getting a warning himself. I can't lie, I think Phil's got quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 penalties for Phil, I believe.
Luckily for him, by the time Harry pits, I have around a 10-second gap to Matt, and I think Matt will have a couple as well, so that will be close. Cole and Cameron running into each other as well. Oh, excuse me. Around 5 attempts between these two. Battle for 8th position, which is a whole 4 championship points, but 4's better than none. So they come in towards the hairpin. Cohen looks like he's quicker, I will not lie.
He's been pulling that gap down. It was about 1.7 a lap ago.
Yeah, he goes using overtake. He's got DRS. Cameron is using overtake himself. He's going to send one up the inside in towards the final corner. Can't quite make it work. Cameron does pick up a penalty though. He's now going to look to the inside once again in towards turn 1. This time he's already a couple car lengths ahead and he tucks in ahead of him and takes the lead of the race then. The lead of the... if he took the lead of the race, I'd be very, very surprised as he takes 8th place. Sorry, Jesus.
Did you see that at the bottom of your screen?
I did not, no. I was too busy concentrating on me saying he took the lead when it was 8th place.
Dylan picked up that penalty Critchley was crucially after.
Oh, so they're back even.
On even penalties.
That spices things up again.
Yep. Yeah, Diggle's not happy in the Discord chat. Sound glitch, bad FPS, and numerous accidents. So he sums up his race.
Another F in the chat for him then. Quite a few drivers struggling with some issues. This game still, I mean, it's been out for what, 2 months? There's still issues left, right and centre, but it's F1 for you. Will they ever care about online? Not really.
No.
It's all about their little My Team, isn't it?
Critchley always seeming to be on the right hand side of the track going into the last corner. Not sure why. Maybe he just wants to take it as a free opportunity to cool his engine. Although he's going to take... No, he's not. Oh.
I think he's just trying to force Dylan into a mistake. I won't lie, because he's putting his car in a position where it looks like he's going to go for an overtake, so it makes Dylan just think about it. But he always just seems to back out of it at the last moment.
More warnings.
Yeah, it might be just going too deep, then going onto the grass, which might cost him. Just all kind of mind games, to be honest with you, while they're running at such consistent pace. "20 laps to go." I'm expecting these two will probably come in fairly soon to just strap on softs and go a bit mental till the end.
Next 3 laps or so.
Yeah.
2 to 3, I reckon. Hence who comes in first. If Dylan goes in, they're both going at the same time. But I think that's why Critchley's getting so close. Because he wants to make a pit or get something happening. Probably trying to say, I've got pace with your DRS. Set me free. I could go. Kian on Kian. Cohen. Which way round? I can't quite remember, but they're only 4 tenths apart. With Sil there right as well.
It's Cohen trying to... Oh, is it? Oh, it is.
There's droplets.
Oh, that might be why they're stretching their mediums then. Ooh, little bit of inters to end this race. This really is Canada 2011. And then it might go dry again, and then... Ooh. As Cohen... It's a pretty... I think Kian's got damage there, actually, as I just look behind. I think that might be why he was struggling. I mean, he stayed out. Let's see. I think he might have wing damage on the front right. I think that's why Kian is struggling. He's down in 9th. Yeah, there you go. He's got no end plate on the right-hand side. So you've got Phil and Harry having a little scrap as well. And Matt's right there as he's onto the grass, so he doesn't get the best of exits. And he's lost massively. He's dropped back around 3 seconds or so.
So what does Critchley plan here with the rain? I can't remember. Were they similar on pace when it was wet before?
Yeah, they were pretty similar.
Seems to be dropping back a bit.
Phil's the first one into the pit lane. He's gone for the inters now. He's got to change his front wing anyway. It might be a little too early. We'll see.
Well, you can see Critchley really struggling with these changing conditions compared to Dylan. It's he's had to use ERS to even get inside the DRS zone for the back straight. Not what he was looking for here.
You can keep an eye on Phil. He's currently 6.3 seconds behind Ross. We'll see what this gap has. I mean, it's 6.7. It's just incredible. Oh, nope. It's not time for inters because Phil has had a massive spin. Obviously, they're just cold and he just couldn't find any warmth on them. And he's out of this race. If that's a safety car, I think you're coming anyway. But he went for the cool. I said it might be a little bit too early. And it looks like it was too early as he is out.
Critchley definitely struggling more with these changing conditions compared to Dylan.
Very surprised we didn't get a
He's having to
VSC or a
use a lot
safety
of
car.
these ERS. I say a lot. He's using a lot more than he was to keep up with Dylan.
Oh, well, that's a shame for Phil, because he was looking good for yet another podium.
Cameron on Inters as well now. So you got
Yeah.
someone else to keep an eye on.
Ooh, already his back end is looking. There's just not enough water on the track at the moment. It's raining, but the track's not wet enough. He's made it further than Phil did,
Looney
but
Moo gets out of the way.
yeah, he's losing out to Looney Moo. And if you said if he or she actually, I don't know, can't confirm or deny. We don't know if
2020, well said.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to get stuck in any controversy. It looks like Cameron. Oh, to be fair, that's just taken a lot of time out. I don't know. There was a slight mistake from the Haas. A yellow flag in sector 3. Is that Matt or Ross? That is Matt. Matt's had yet another spin down on the exit of the hairpin. So drivers are really getting caught out by these changing conditions, and that is wing damage. No, or is it not? Take a minute to render in. Is he somehow not got wing damage from that?
I've literally really struggling. And I would like to confirm Cameron gained that time because that was where Looney Moo let the front two pass.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Matt has done very well to not get wing damage there. Driver's really struggling at this point. Ooh,
yeah, that is Critchley out of the ERS this lap.
Still just looks too dry for Inters though. They're on this really awkward stage where the rain's coming down. Oh my. I see what you mean by Critchley really struggling.
Yeah, compared to Dylan, it's not been pretty.
Oh,
although Dylan really not made that corner. Sound like Gary Neville there, can't lie.
Anyway, so Critchley's retaken the lead after Dylan's gone. He's gone. I think he went slightly too deep into the last chicane, and he had to, you know, go where the little arrow points you, like obviously in real life in Russia at turn 2, turn 3. But you've got to, you know, kind of follow the little path as you cut the corner. Obviously, it was all science in real life. Just drive straight into a wall when you try to attempt that, which I found quite funny. As Ross is in the pit lane, so is this another driver trying the Inters? I can tell you what, Cameron's dropped around 4 seconds back. He is trying the Inters, yeah.
Right, what can Dylan do? Coming up here, although Seal's going to make a look on Kian. He's going to leave. No, they're both boxing. Kian and Seal, both boxing. Kian picking up a speed limit. Speeding.
DRS disabled. I think they're coming. DRS just got disabled.
Both
yeah.
boxing.
No silly penalty for speeding, either of you. Lovely.
Dylan lost almost a second being that safe going into the pits.
I don't think he'd be too bothered, to be honest with you.
Probably won't, but that is quite.
Oh, were they not ready with his
pit entrance?
I don't think they were ready with Dylan's tyres straight away, because Cohen pitted like 10 seconds before. Yeah, and Critchley's gained quite a bit of time. I tell you what, Dylan has not been nice by these pit stops.
That's why he was trying to slow down the entrance.
Yeah, tyres just weren't quite ready, and he's lost another second or so. So the gap between those two now 3.4 seconds. We got 14 or so laps to go.
Yellow sector 2, that would be the Haas. I think just struggling for grip on exit. Yeah, really struggling in the Haas now. Ooh. And
Matt's pitted again.
Can they get back to the pits? That's the question. Sliding everywhere. Critchley coming up behind them. So they'll need to be careful, because Haas will be pitting. Don't think they're quite going to catch it. What was the gap between Dylan and Critchley on the exit of the pits?
around 3.4, so he's already gained a second or so. This could get very, very interesting.
I'd definitely say Dylan's quicker in these wet conditions.
I'm hoping it's the battle we deserve. Right, these two have been alongside each other.
It's the battle we all want.
Yeah, they've been alongside each other pretty much all race, and hopefully, as we enter these last 10 laps, it's now onto the wets. We're into wet conditions, onto the inters. Hopefully, we get something to go along with it. As Looney Moo is out of the race. I think she just. I think they just. I keep saying she. I don't know why. I see Looney Moo, and my first reaction is just it's a girl, and I don't know why.
I want to say she went into the box and put on more mediums.
Yes, you know what? It is telling me that they are on the mediums at the moment.
I think she went into the box wanting.
Now you're saying she as well. It's like we don't even know. Just
you started me off, mate. Yeah.
It's just
mediums to mediums. So probably not what they were looking for. Not sure if Dylan just did a bit of a corner cut. Well.
Yeah, so we're down to 9 technically. His beer is obviously been AI'd for a long, long time. Really though at the moment it's just Dylan trying to regain some time on Critchley, and then really Sil and Cohen. Apart from that, Harry's 27 seconds behind the front two. Matt's then 10 seconds behind him, and then Ross is another 6 seconds behind him. Tell you what, it's been quite an up and down race for Ross, but he's still 5th. Like somehow, normally stuff just don't go his way.
Oh wait, no.
But...
Looney Moo was disqualified.
Oh wait, what? Huh?
It's at the bottom, disqualified.
What for?
Don't know. But I'm not sure if I just saw some bodywork coming off of Critchley's car.
I think it's too many penalties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you got 6.
Can't lie, not sure if I just saw some.
I don't know what they've been disqualified for.
And Dylan is captured rapidly.
Oh yeah, he has.
Yeah, Critchley boxing.
No.
Thought I saw some bodywork. It was the exit of the 4 chicane. She just hit the wall on the right.
Oh, the battle we wanted has unfortunately gone away from us.
Stripped from us.
Unfortunately, I think this might turn into a bit of an anticlimactic end to this race. Critchley's going to come out pretty comfortably ahead of Harry.
We will get Kian Sil.
Cohen. Correct you on that one.
Cohen.
So 2. Cohen's now I'm saying it. Kian's just behind, but he's what 20 seconds down the road.
Yeah,
so no chance of him really catching up. This is the entertainment, boys. Don't let us down. The P6. You two want to go out for 10 laps and keep us entertained. That'd be beautiful. If not, I'm gonna come for both of you. Obviously, no DRS. Now we're back on inters for the second time this race. Obviously, first time we had them, we were only on them for around 5 laps or so.
If this wants to dry up, we'll properly see the Jensen Button, Sebastian Vettel.
Oh yeah, dry up.
Recreations.
Actually, yeah, we could do with a safety car, it drying up, and then just a madness for the last 5 laps or so. That'd be ideal. That'd be ideal, but I think that's me asking for quite a lot. I mean, Sil is closing in. He's got the gap down to around 6 tenths or so. Oh yes, come on, Sil.
Cohen got a lot of ERS to burn in comparison.
Oh, he does. Got not quite double, but
He may have to wait a few laps before the actual overtake.
Yeah, he was close, but he's just dropped back a little bit around the last couple of corners. That gap's back up to around a second.
Oh wow.
What are you going well at?
Football.
Oh, what's the score?
Tottenham won on penalties, 5-4.
Jokes. Maybe we could lose for Spurs. Tottenham winning 1-0.
Chelsea are winning.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. That's what I
Lemay
meant.
scored with a Regulion assist. And yeah. Mason Mount missed his penalty, which cost Chelsea.
Jokes.
Any Chelsea fans out there? Jokes.
Hooray. Alright, here we
As an
go.
Arsenal fan, I can proudly say we're going to lose to Liverpool on Thursday.
Again.
Exactly.
Still seems to be getting close, and then he's just struggling for rear grip as Ross has pitted. He's got a massive gap though, so he's going for softs.
He's on the softs. He's gone for this. Yeah.
We're back to the dries. To be fair, yeah, it looks like the rain has stopped, or it's coming down very, very lightly, but it's still coming down. Yeah,
Come on, safety car DRS enabled.
Ross has nailed that. I'll tell you what, we've had rain for 2 periods in this race. I think they've both lasted less than 5 laps. So, there you go.
Something stupid like that, yeah.
As Dylan makes his way into the pit lane, so does Cohen and
He
Sil.
will get held up by his teammate.
Ooh.
And his teammate's got a 5-second penalty.
Oh my god. Oh my god, wait.
Oh,
Scenes! Hashtag scenes. Critchley could be right. There goes Critchley. Oh no, sorry, that was... Okay, that was Beer. Oh no, but Beer's... Nah, Critchley's going to get held up by Beer. A little bit.
Oh.
It brings him close though. Oh my god.
No.
Oh my
He's
god.
really close. He's right behind him.
Oh, oh my! I feel so bad for Dylan. He's been shagged in all 3 pit stops. Like when he's...
The battle we deserved is back on. Yes.
Oh my! I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, this race is gonna get a bit boring.
Oh yeah. I just want to do another check in penalties here.
They were equal.
1,
I'm pretty sure.
2 for Dylan. 1, 2 for Critchley. We do. We have the battle we wanted.
They've got ARS to play with as well. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes. We were on about the final 10-lap shootout. This is exactly what we've got. Interesting to see Sil on the mediums. Whether he didn't have a spare set of softs till the end. What's the game plan? Be in first 2 laps before the end and just hope you can cling on? Be first for the last...
I think we'll have to see how strong the DRS and the ERS combo is as...
It's very strong.
Yeah, it's
Critchley. Very strong.
Back into the lead then. I don't think he would be thinking about that when he came into pit for the damage.
No.
Woohoo!
Hopefully the lap cars don't cause any problems as well.
Yeah, you got...
Because one of them is Beer. Obviously the
AI.
Red Cross man. Will he let one through before the other? He's going to let his teammate through and just about let Dylan through. If he does this right, he might be able to keep him out of DRS. They're both using ERS. They are both using ERS. Close. He's going to be in the DRS. He's not got DRS, I don't think, Dylan. Critchley might even get the Renaults out the way. This could get interesting.
Oh, Kian!
They touched. Oh.
Ooh. Well, I don't think there was any damage there. But he's just lost him a little bit more time.
And, is that not... Yeah, that was Kian, wasn't it? Oh, so lost with Kian and Cohen. who put the K's right next to each other, man?
This race did. This race did.
Man did this?
around 1.6 seconds in it. I'm expecting Dylan to really try to get a move on, but to be fair, Critchy's brought the gap out to 2.2 now. 6.5 laps to go as Dylan is pushing and he's picked up a time penalty.
Oh no.
How many warnings is Critchley on?
This could be 1 or 2.
Oh my. Okay.
This could be a race gone wrong for Dylan due to pit stops and that little lap car incident.
Yeah.
He's using up so much of the RS to try and keep up.
He's got to. It's his only real chance now. Because they can just absolutely go for it on these soft tyres here. Even if they push for the full, you know, kind of 8 laps or so that they're going to be on them, they're not going to be under any kind of wear issues.
Still, Richie pulls away.
Richie just looks like he's had the pace.
He has. Probably thought his race was over when he got that damage.
Yeah.
Under the wet conditions.
Matt's picked up yet another penalty. And Dylan's picked up another one. He's trying to push so hard. But I think that's going to be Dylan's race over. To be fair, we said that with Critchley and look how it went. But I think that will be Dylan's
One
race.
miracle too many.
Yeah, unfortunately it went so well and then it went so wrong. He's been
the race we
so...
thought we were going to get and deserved. Stripped of us too many times.
Yeah. He's been so unlucky in the pit stops as well. Oh, he got feel for the man.
We thought was going to bring it back to life. I didn't actually see Dylan's onboard. Was there much Keane could have done? He was well out of the way for Critchley.
Yeah, I think he came back and I don't know if he saw Dylan or he just thought he left him more room than he did, but unfortunately he just had a little...
I can tell you that
little bump.
because Keane sort of went straight on and wasn't even on track when Critchley went through the hairpin, so I think he was kind of just hoping Dylan would get through as well and just carry on slowly going back round.
Yeah,
but whether Dylan just wasn't as close as he thought.
Didn't quite happen, unfortunately. Be interesting to see where everyone goes after penalties. So I'm a bit lost.
Oh, there's been quite a lot. Must be said. A yellow flag for Mercedes. Puncture for Ross or Richard.
Oh,
Richard.
it's Ross. It's Ross. You were correct the first time.
Ross, for God's sake.
How's he picked them up on only 5? There must be debris somewhere. Or he's had a bigger contact with a wall. Or he's done very well to keep out of that wall. That's so unfortunate because I reckon he would have got 4th with all of Matt's penalties. And now I'll be surprised if he can keep... I mean, I know he's got a long way to still behind, but look how slow he's going. I'll be very surprised if he can really stay higher than 9th. If he doesn't finish this race in 9th, I'll be surprised. He's going to enter the hairpin at an awkward time here. Cohen's just going to sweep round the outside.
Critchley gets through unscathed, so the race leader is gone through. Come on, Ross. You just got to floor it now. It's a straight line.
I think he'd probably take it round to the pit lane and retire. But unfortunately for him, I don't think there's a lot he's going to be able to do. As through goes Harry. Here comes
9th place.
Yeah, Cameron to take the final point off of him. Well, not the final point, but to gain a point off of him. He's gonna just ease his way into the pit lane, and I'd be very surprised if he doesn't retire, because unfortunately with 3 laps to go, I think this is his race done. Unless he wants fastest lap of the race, actually. You know what? I think he might try fastest after the race. He's been lapped, so will he actually be able to... I think he would just be able to get it in, even though he's been lapped. That's unfortunate for him. Was looking good for a P...
the top 5, not
P4.
laps. Wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Ross. I think he would have got P4 after Matt's penalties, because Matt had a lot. That puncher, he's got it quite early on in the lap. I'm not sure how. If he ran over debris, if he just touched the wall. He had a coming together with
lap
someone.
69. Way. I'm not sure how close he was to Matt.
You know, I thought they were.
Closest person I saw.
I thought they were spread out, but don't know.
Ultimate lap. Can you see anyone taking the fastest lap at all?
I reckon Ross will just take it.
Okay.
To be honest, very surprised if he doesn't. So Critchley, now the gap's up to 7 seconds. I'm not sure if Dylan did get damage after the collision with Kean. It might have been light that we weren't able to see. Because he wasn't this far off for the whole of the race to then just drop 7 seconds back in 5-6 laps. So...
Ooh!
Is that wing there?
That's Ross almost putting it in the...
I think that was an end plate. Ah, yeah, that was an end plate. I think it was front right. Yeah, there you go. So... There goes his fastest after race attempt.
On to the final lap.
Critchley, unless something goes horribly... Okay, Dylan had damage, yeah. I think we weren't quite able to pick it up from the off-board shots, but... So unfortunate, man. His race was the first stint. Did it well, managed it. Then the second stint, I think, where he's got held up for 4 or 5 seconds, dropped them back behind Critchley. But then both did well, just stay with each other. And then Critchley made a mistake in the wet. He had a 20-second lead, and unfortunately, just the timing with his teammate, who obviously was further back the grid, but further ahead, technically on track at the time. They both just pitted at the same time, and it just cost them massively, which was such a shame. And then at the time I thought, okay, well, this benefits us as a viewer because we get the battle, but unfortunately got shagged over by a disconnected lap car, and then I think it was Kean just came back on track. I don't know if he just thought there was more room than there was as Kean came back on. They had a little coming together, and I don't know if he picked up more damage there. But Critchley takes the win then in Canada. A pretty dominant performance. He's had the pace, and he's shown it. Dylan, I mean, he still can't be too disappointed. P2. As he slams into the wall, maybe in frustration. But he takes second place. Harry will take third, I believe. I think Matt has a lot of penalties, but Matt should still keep fourth. He's got a big old gap down there. So Harry crosses the line in third. Only 1.8 seconds behind Dylan in the end. Wow. Dylan's left the session. He's not even interested to see his podium celebration. So Matt in fourth. Still got quite a bit of work to do. Cohen's crossed the line in 6th, Kean in 7th, Cameron in 8th, Ross in 9th. Obviously, they've all been lapped. And then here's Sil.
I want to say Critchley got fastest lap as well.
I believe he did, yeah. If Ross didn't beat it right at the end, I think that will be fastest lap of the race for him. Yeah, Dylan lost over 20 seconds in pit stops. It was so unfortunate. It's just one of those things. Can't do too much.
And the gods against you.
Yeah, I think he would definitely be nailed on to win that race. The last pit stop, I've said it a couple of times now. It just didn't go his way this race today. And unfortunately for him, he gets second. I mean, it's still points in the championship. It's still 18 points. So Critchley does pick up 25. I don't know when Cameron... 26 for the fast lap as well. I don't know when Cameron last sent the updated championship standings, but last time I checked, Dylan was leading. So it'd be interesting to see if that's still the case. I think he should still be leading. So there you go. Critchley takes the win and the fastest lap to go with it. Dylan in second. Frustrating race for him. Harry in third. Started third.
Only man
finishes
without
third.
penalties.
Oh, wow. Fair play. 100% race car getting penalty. Good job, Matt in 4th. Sil in 5th. Cohen in 6th. Kian in 7th. Cameron in 8th. I think he'll be pretty happy with that. That's 4 points for him. Ross in 9th was looking good for P4. And unfortunately, that puncher with around 4 laps to go has meant he will finish 9th. Beer, who disconnected a long time ago, so I don't think they'll actually get those points. Phil in 11th. Josh in 12th. Lee in 13th. Liam in 14th. Ryan in 15th. The other Ryan in 16th. Richard in 17th. They've all the DNFs. And Looney Moo, Jack and Leon all got disqualified for certain reasons, which to be honest with you I'm not too sure what they were for, but they were the DSQs. Anyway, that has been the Canadian Grand Prix. It was a pretty entertaining one. I definitely recommend if you've joined, towards the end of the stream, you go and watch that from the beginning, because we had 2 wet periods. We had some good battles, definitely between the front, and there was a moment around halfway round.
Mega one.
Round the race, yeah, halfway around the race, we had, I think it was 6th down to
wet.
We had 6th down to 10th, and there was like a 5-6 car scrap, which kind of ended in some crashes, but it was a good one to watch. Anyway, next Tuesday, same time, 7:30, we are at France. Ooh, interesting. You either kind of love it or you hate it. It's not a bad track to drive. Hopefully we can be given some nice, good racing to commentate on. Hope to see you then next Tuesday at 7:30. I don't think the times ever change. Hope to see you then, and goodbye.